plaintiff, Jamisha Jefferson, dated the defendant for 2 years. But things started going downhill because the defendant felt as though Jamisha wasn't giving her enough attention. Jamisha claims she eventually discovered the defendant was cheating, and she's suing her today for unpaid rent. Defendant Janice Arana says her relationship with Jamisha went downhill due to Jamisha's anger issues. Janice claims Jamisha is violent, and she once assaulted Janice and broke her nose. And another time, Jamisha beat her with a baseball bat. She's countersuing for pain and suffering.
Start with you.
All right, let me give you a little bit of background. Me and the defendant dated for about 2 years. Her family didn't really approve of the relationship, the fact that it was a lesbian relationship and interracial. So we fought through that and we still moved forward. We had some good times. She took me to Miami for my birthday in 2016. We spent a Christmas together. That was nice. Eventually the relationship started to go downhill. Well, she felt like she wasn't getting enough attention and that I hung out too much and that I was always on my phone.
How old are you, or were you?
I was 29 at the time. I'm 31 now.
How old was she?
I believe she was 27 or 26.
Did you all determine that you were in a committed relationship, or she thought that and you didn't know that to be the case?
Well, for the most part, when I was hanging out, it's not like I was out cheating. I was just hanging out with friends. Yeah.
So did you all have a different understanding of the relationship, that you weren't supposed to hang out much?
I guess we did. Yeah, we did, unfortunately.
Okay, and when you tell her, hey, I like to hang out, and she said, I don't want you to, what would you say? What would happen? Y'all would argue?
Yes, sir.
How often would that happen?
A lot, actually. Probably almost every time that I wanted to go out on the weekends.
And you all broke up about that, or what?
No, we broke up because I suspected she was cheating on me.
And she suspected you were?
Yes, I guess
What made
so.
you suspect she was cheating?
I found some text messages where she was texting other people.
Saying what? I want to be with you. It's good being with you. Can I be with you?
No, more like, I like you, things like that. You got a nice smile. She sent some pictures, just things like that.
Okay, let me hear from you. You want to give me some background?
Background on Jamisha, basically, long story short, she's violent. The relationship did go downhill. It could have been due to cheating, but it was also due to her anger issues. She can't control her anger. Anytime she gets mad, she snaps. There's no controlling her. Long story short, she's violent. The relationship did go downhill. It could have been due to cheating, but it was also due to her anger issues. She can't control her anger. Anytime she gets mad, she snaps. There's no controlling her.
Defendant Janice Arana dated the plaintiff, and she claims the plaintiff not only beat her with a baseball bat, but she also assaulted her and broke her nose.
Tell me what you're suing for, the rent. How does she owe you for that?
Yes, can I address that first?
Sure.
Yeah, I do get angry sometimes. I feel like I can control it. I feel like she knows how to push my buttons, so
Anything makes you snap.
So that may be the case, but I'm suing
What type of history of anger issues have you had?
just like a phrase, fights, sometimes.
How often?
Not a lot.
Okay. Your counterclaim is for the assaults. We'll get into that then, her violence. The rent, how does she owe you?
Well, we agreed to pay the rent $735 a month. For 4 months, she couldn't pay her half of the rent.
What was her half? I don't know.
$367.50.
All right. And that was when? Beginning when?
I want to say in June of 2015.
All right. Approximately June of 15. And she paid all the way up until when?
She paid all the way up until June.
A year later.
A year later, yeah. We stayed in a...
2014 when we got the apartment.
Well, I stand corrected.
Okay. And what months has she missed?
She missed June, July, August, and September.
And you paid those?
Yes, sir.
All right. And when you ask for the money, what has she said?
At first, she said she would pay me back when she got her income tax. I know you say don't listen to that story, but...
You haven't gotten it, have you?
I haven't got it.
You're a liar.
So, that's
all right,
basically
ma'am,
it.
what do you say?
reason why I did not pay Jamisha, or why I felt like I did not owe Jamisha, is the fact that we did have an altercation, which was the assault. She broke my nose, I lost my job. How am I gonna pay rent? Obviously,
You asking me how you gonna pay rent?
No, I'm asking her, actually. We were in a relationship.
Do you owe it?
I do not owe it.
Why?
Because she broke my nose. I had to get surgery. I had bandages on my nose for months.
So that's
I couldn't
your
work.
defense?
I couldn't work.
That's your defense
Correct.
today? You couldn't work because of her assault?
Because of her assault.
All right. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you would have been working.
I would have been working and I would have been paying the rent like I was doing when we first got
Would
the
she
apartment.
have been working?
She quit her job.
Oh,
I
it
got
had nothing to
fired
do with the
because
injury?
you broke my nose.
No.
Quiet, ma'am.
She quit her job because
Before the injury?
no, she quit her job after the injury.
Well, it
Yes,
did have something to do with the injury.
not technically. She was
What do
cheating
you
with
mean
the
by
person.
technically? I don't care about no cheating.
Okay.
Was she fired? Or
No,
did
she wasn't
quit?
fired. She told me she quit.
I was
And-
fired. You know
Hold
I was
on. You all were living together, right?
Yes.
So she
Yes, we
quit
were.
because what?
Because she didn't want to work with a person that she was texting and cheating with at her job.
So the day she told you she quit, she could have gone to work.
She could have, yes.
Had she gone to work with the injury?
No, she didn't.
She never went to work after you assaulted her?
It was a fight.
I know, it was a fight.
Oh, okay.
Your counterclaim for assaults.
She broke my nose.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get surgery. I couldn't go back to work for months due to that. Also, another assault where she hit me with a baseball bat. She chased me with the car. I have the police reports and pictures of that as well. She's violent.
Okay,
She's
well, you
violent
have
and
it.
she hurt me.
She admits to being violent.
Well, on that last
She
assault.
admits this. All you have to do is push her button and she'll do all this other stuff to you.
No, that's not the case. The last assault,
What about the first one first? Let's start with that one.
It was a mutual combatant fight.
Okay.
We both were fighting. It's not like I attacked
You
her.
took me out of my room with my kids. As soon as I walked out of the room, you hit me in the face. You were hiding behind the wall, Jamisha.
No, that's not what happened.
Jamisha.
Okay.
Tell me what happened.
Well, I woke her up. I asked her what the text was about. We began arguing and we started
You
fighting.
could have walked away.
Quiet. Who started the fight? Who started the fight? Who threw the first blow?
I shoved her.
Okay, good enough. That's the first incident?
Yes.
All right, tell me about the second one.
The second incident, I went over to her sister's house to get some things. When I got there, her and her sister ran outside. We got into a fight. I was jumped by her sister, and another
For what?
girl. Why was I jumped?
Yes.
Because I went over there, I guess,
Why'd you go over there?
to get my things.
And you told him you were coming?
I told her I was coming.
You sent me threatening messages saying you were gonna up.
Defendant Janice Arana dated the plaintiff, and she claims the plaintiff not only beat her with a baseball bat, but she also assaulted her and broke her nose.
You threatened her?
Yes.
All right.
But when I
Ma'am,
got there,
that's
she was-
enough, ma'am.
Okay.
That's enough. That's enough.
I have pictures.
I don't want to see your pictures. You have a violence problem, and I suggest you get counseling.
Okay.
All right. Your counterclaim is for the assaults. Did you want to add your inability to go to work, which cost you $1,470 of what you would have had to pay your rent?
Correct.
So, okay,
I would have
loss
been
of-
working.
All right. So I'll grant
Can I
you that.
speak?
No, you've said enough.
Okay.
No, you said enough. I'm very disappointed in your behavior.
I'm
You
disappointed
sound
in
like you
myself.
yeah, you should be.
But can I just speak on the last assault?
What?
I have a black eye from where her and two other
I
girls jumped me.
understand,
She
ma'am.
wasn't
You came
the
over
victim.
there, you threatened her, you did all that. Now, because you got beat down, I'm sorry to hear that. Perhaps you shouldn't threaten people. Perhaps you shouldn't push them. Have a good day. Your claim is dismissed. Your judgment is $3,470. I hope this is a lesson to you and encourages you to get counseling. Have a good day.
I really have nothing to say. The judge already knew what time it was. He saw the evidence.
I would take the advice that the judge gave me. And I just wish her the best.